every single person in this book is hella messy. And you know what? That is exactly why I loved it so much. Let's get into it. Hi guys, for those of you who are new, my name is Shelly, and here we just love everything to do with books, whether that be the actual book itself or all the chaos going on in the book world. But today we are giving a book review of a book I read recently, and I had so much fun. This is Everyone in My Family Has, is it Killed? Or yeah, Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson, and it is just so fun. Now, if you didn't guess it already, let me just be clear. I definitely picked this book up because of the title. Because how can I see a title like that and not immediately snatch it off the shelf? Because, come on, this is just giving drama. Immediately I thought, okay, it's probably gonna have some complexities and like just a lot of layers to it. And I was thinking maybe we'd get a multiple perspective, but nah, it was single perspective, but honestly so good. But the drama was dramaing. Yeah, we'll go with that. It is so good. So this book is about a guy named Ernest, and in this book he is a writer. And so that adds kind of like another layer to this because it makes it funny. Believe me, this book had all the wit into it, and I think that's kind of what made this book all that it was to me. Like, the narration was amazing, and I think because the character in question is speaking as a character narrating a book, that really adds to it. So the character's name is Ernest, and basically he writes books, and at the very beginning he explains to us these rules of how to write a good thriller that was made by like the Society of Thriller Writers or whatnot. I haven't had a chance to check if that is actually a real society and if those rules are really real, but honestly, really great. Basically what's happened is that him and his family are having a retreat up in the mountains. Side note, have we not learned anything from reading thriller books and from watching horror movies and thriller movies? Have we not learned that we need to stop going in the mountains for holidays, retreats, family reunions? I don't care. We need to stop going into the mountains because nothing good ever comes from going up in the mountains, especially when it's snowing. I will excuse people going in the mountains when there's good weather, when it's hot, when we're in the sun. I can excuse that, kind of, because even then I still do not have the best hope for people. But snowy mountains? And it's even worse when you know that there is drama in the family, when you know that there are some unresolved issues in the family, and yet you go to the mountains with that family. Especially when you know everyone in your family is not the best when it comes to character and their past actions. Come on, we are already setting ourselves up for failure. But that, once again, is one of the factors that makes this book so good. So Ernest's family is getting up to go to the mountains, basically for a reunion of sorts, because Ernest's brother, Michael, has been away for a bit. And so this is basically kind of like a welcome back, Michael type of gathering and stuff like that. And so everyone's getting together to celebrate his coming back and to really just welcome him back into the fold. Ernest has been welcomed reluctantly, because Ernest had a role to play in why Michael has not been amongst the family, for the last few years. So they didn't really want Ernest to be there, but they're just like, you have to be there. So he was there. And so he's going up in the mountains. Now, like I said, the narration of this book is absolutely great. And I think part of it is there's just this dry humor and this wit in the actual, storytelling that makes it so fun to actually like go through the story. So basically, the narrator, being Ernest, it's like he's right next to you, kind of just, speaking to you face to face and telling you the story. And so he's kind of just like, throwing in random jokes. And he's writing it as if like this is a story in retrospect. So I'm telling you what happened when we went. And it's so great. Now, this point where he's just like, everyone in my family has killed, he tells us this as we go. So he introduces the different members of his family in like different sections in the book. So he introduces his brother at the beginning of the book, explaining, what happened with his brother, why his brother hasn't been around, and his role to play in it. Then when he gets to the camp in question, obviously he now starts to meet the different people, and he starts to introduce us to the different people, and he's explaining our relationship. Well, he's explaining their relationship with him, where they stand with him, obviously where they stand with his brother Michael, and as the story goes along, also what they did to be considered a murderer, in the title. And so we're going through all of that. And immediately I just knew there's going to be drama, because he's welcomed to chaos. They welcome him like they're not hiding that we are not friendly. They are not hiding that fact at all. And I love that. You know what? We're not going to be fake in here. He has like literally one ally in this entire gathering of family. And then you're just like, okay, the drama is already drama. And then Michael makes his appearance. And this is where even more drama pulls up, because Michael makes his appearance, and then Michael's appearance adds more drama because of something that is involved with what happened in the past. Guys, so many things. I do not want to give you any spoilers, but Michael makes his appearance, and where we're like looking for like a big bang of a, welcome for Michael to be like, upset because everyone else is like, upset with Ernest, Michael doesn't give that. But the reason why, you could never guess. And then this is where the confusion comes in. Because the reason Michael went, away is related to Ernest. But Ernest still has a connection to the reason Michael went away, and it's still having an effect in what's going on in this current day and age. And so now we're just like, okay, now where does everyone fit into this whole story? Because it seems like everyone has a role to play. And so you're trying to figure it out, and you're trying to figure out everyone's motive, and you're actually trying to figure out whether everyone is aware that they have a role to play in the story. And you're also trying to figure out, okay, Ernest, what is the end game here? What is actually the end game? And with the title being Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone, and because this story is basically being told in retrospect, it's kind of like, okay, so are they going to kill people at this camp, or have they killed people in the past? And then a lot of these things are being revealed as we go into the story. So it's really, really fun. And I think what also makes this story fun is the fact that we're shifting between like past and present as he's telling us the stories of everyone, and everyone's involved with each other, and why they got the status of like murderer in Ernest's eyes. And it's very, very clever. And this is one of those books where you really, really have to pay attention to details. And this is one of the things I loved about it. Because he's narrating as if he's like telling us a story, he is in the narration is like basically kind of like telling you, like, yeah, be careful as to what I'm saying. I'm a reliable narrator, but people already have their biases, so this is how you're gonna psych your own self out. And yeah, I definitely psyched myself out. But this book, it definitely took me through a journey, but I was enjoying every second of it. I was laughing. I think that wittiness and that dry humor, I don't know if Benjamin Stevens, I don't know if he's British, but it definitely reminded me of like that British dry humor. It was just like, yeah, this is very classic British dry humor, and I absolutely love it. Maybe because I've become so accustomed to it living here for the past 7 years, but I absolutely adored it. I just think it was great. But when I tell you, when the actual story of the family starts to get revealed and starts to unravel, you just have to come to terms with what everyone in this family is messy, and no one can convince me otherwise. Every single person in this family is messy, and they need to come to grips with their own messiness. But the thing is, I don't think they're going to. And so we're stuck with just chaos, and it's like, okay. Now, this is what really, really kind of struck me with this book, is the fact that I was expecting like one murder. I don't know why, but I was expecting one murder, and then I was expecting for like the book to center around, oh, let's figure out who the murderer is. That's what I was expecting, that everyone in my family has killed someone, and now we're at a camp and someone has died, and we have to figure out which one of these murderers have murdered someone else again. That's what I was expecting, yeah? There are multiple murders in this book. So, like, be warned, there are multiple murders in this book. I'm not going to tell you who. I'm not going to tell you if they're part of the family or not. Like, there are several murders in this book, and you really will not, you're not going to, like, guess. And then when we come to the end, and it's just like we're revealing who the murderer is, it's just going to, like, the twist was, I think because so many things were going on, the twist was something I didn't even consider for a second. I was considering every single person as a suspect. I was considering every single reason as a motive. I was considering every single person's past. And never, never did I consider this. So I'm telling you now, this book, every single person in this book is messy. This book, the storytelling is brilliant. It's witty and it's clever in the best possible way. And the surprises really do kind of take you for a loop. I will say as well, there's some like there's some like tragedies in this book that you didn't see coming, because it starts off so like funny and so entertaining, and then it kind of introduces a few tragedies, and a few things to pull at the heartstrings, and you're just like, wow, why'd you do that to me? Like, I was having fun. Like, why would you do this to me? Obviously one tragedy leads to another, and it kind of just tumbleweeds into something bigger, and then it leaves you to kind of just like sit and reflect as like, did I like the ending? Because so much tragedy kind of like revealed itself at the end, and the tragedies now relate back to everything that has happened in the book. And so it's just chaos after chaos, hurt after hurt, but still kind of like a happy ending. Guys, this book, it's definitely so so great. And after like after I read this book, I was just like, I am super excited for his other book that has come out. And obviously, I pre ordered that book. That book has arrived, and I'm so excited to get into it, because if you are going to be as witty and humorous as you've been in this book, then there's no way I'm not going to pick it up. And I'm pretty sure the next book is part of like this series. I'm pretty sure it's the same Ernest who's going to be in the next book, having to solve another murder basically, but on a train. So yeah, I'm definitely super excited to get into this. And if you want like a thriller, a mystery that's kind of like cheeky, then I definitely implore you to get into this. It's definitely one of those. If you like family drama, family mystery, if you like something with like this dry humor, if you like kind of like kind of just like personal storytelling, then this book is definitely for you. It's super fun, and believe me, you will not regret picking it up if you like just enjoy a nice like witty thriller. It was super fun. I kind of breezed through it. I read it in a couple of days, and I had the best time. So do be sure to pick up. Everyone in my family has killed someone, and yeah, you won't regret it. You'll have so much fun. But until next time, guys, I'm so happy to have done another review. I'm going to try and like obviously put out more and more, because yeah, like there are quite a few books here, and I have read quite a few of them. And so I definitely want to let you guys know which books are worth picking up, especially ones that you're not really hearing about on like most media platforms, because they kind of just tell us about the main ones that we're hearing. But books like these aren't getting reviewed, but they're so so fun, and you definitely should pick it up. So yeah, be sure you do that, and be sure you stop by for whatever video comes next. So that might be a commentary, and it might just be another review. We really won't know until we get here. So do be sure to come back. So make sure you subscribe and click that bell so that you know when a new video is up. And of course, if you enjoyed, do be sure to like, comment, and share. But until next time, I will see you soon. Bye, guys.